Hello, hello, hello guys. I am back at Steinhude. I've just rigged the fin board, the 98. I think the last time I was on this board was in Sardinia, so it's been 3-4 months and it hasn't been that windy. And today I saw a chance to get a good fin session and I drove 3 hours to Steinhude, which I usually don't do because I have lakes right at home. But here the wind is supposed to be much stronger today. We have a forecast of around 20 to 30 knots. So yeah, I decided why not do the drive today at least once a year. And yeah, unfortunately, that's usually where we park over there. There's like a festival or something happening. So we have to park all the way over here and walk maybe 300 meters. So a little bit further, which makes it a bit more tricky if you want to change something like the fin or rig a different sail. So I'm thinking with 20 to 30 knots that I go on the 7.0. And I really want to do some speeds today and train for the Fin World Championship, which is coming up in 2 weeks' time. And I haven't been on the fin in like 3 months. So I really need some training on the fin, and that's what we're going to do today. Hopefully it will be an awesome session with some solid speeds. Let's go. So I have this as the starting position for the mast base is at around, I would say 132 maybe. Then with a 7.0, I like a 32 fin in here by Fine Fin. Yeah, the 98 is like such an awesome board. And what's interesting here, the water conditions depend a lot on the water level. And in the previous years, at that time of year, it's always dropped super low because over summer the lake loses water. But this year, for some reason, it's super high. So what I would think will happen is that it's getting much choppier now because there's like some mud at the bottom of the lake. And if there's more water on top of that, obviously the waves can build up higher. So we have to see how this affects the speeds today. So for filming, also for the last sessions, I've been using this new 360 camera. It's the Insta 360 X4. And what I really like with this one is that you can pair it with a GPS watch. And that's why in the screen you can see also like my heart rate and the speed and everything. And yeah, I think that's pretty neat. So I'm going to put this on the boom and then just take you along for the session. If I had to guess, I would say today we reach 38 knots, but let's see. All right, the wind is quite offshore still, meaning that it's a little bit light here. And if I go out with a sinker, a board with less volume than my body weight, I think it's kind of hard to get out now. So what I did is get the medium board. And with the medium board, I can go out. So I'm going to start with this. And as the day progresses, the wind should swing around from southwest to a more westerly direction. And then maybe we can head onto the 98, which should be the faster board. See a lot of seagulls here. But yeah, let's start off with the medium board and see what speeds we can reach with that one. There you go. Danke. Like, yeah, it's not easy to get in here. Kind of middle of the pier here. Drop the board in. And then get the sail in the right. Then we should be able just go. So in this first half an hour of the session, I decided to go on the medium board and not immediately on the small board, partly to just get a feeling in the lighter air for the wind and the conditions and on the fin again. And the other reason was that I was actually testing a new fin model. Because my fin sponsor, he sends me, like, from time to time, he sends me some prototypes that I'm supposed to test and give him feedback on how they feel. So that's why I was using the bigger board here, just to try and get a feeling for the session and for the new fin. And feels like it was working quite good, as I was reaching continuously like 65 kilometers an hour, which is like a little bit over 35 knots. But I'll talk a little bit more about this fin later in the video. And here you can see on the red sail, that's actually my dad, and he joined me for this session, so it was super fun to share this session with him. He was actually on a smaller sail. He was using a 6.2, which was a little bit light for the conditions, so I could just overpower him basically on my 7.0 that just has so much more power. But yeah, it was just super fun to ride along on the lake with him and go full speed over the little chop. So yeah, I was talking about using the Insta360 X4 camera for this session, and I'm really in love with this picture quality coming out of a 360 camera. And yeah, I'm using the protective lens guard, which is basically a double lens over the actual lens, because I scratched my previous Insta360 camera and then the picture quality is just gone. But the problem with that is, as soon as you drop the camera in the water, there's a lot of moisture on the second lens, and the picture quality will also just be non-existent anymore. So as soon as I dropped in the water here, I had to go in, and I wanted to change anyway now to the small board because the wind was increasing. All right, first, just a very quick session, 30 minutes on the big board, the medium board. And yeah, felt really, really good. But I'm often making the mistake when it gets windier and I start on a bigger board to stay on the big board for too long. So top speed on the big one was 35.16 knots on 2 seconds and 2:34 runs. It feels super windy though. It's so fun for me to surf at this spot again, because this lake used to be my home spot all the way back when I was in university. This place is just the ultimate playground for slalom windsurfing, and for me it feels like a little bit like windsurfing on easy mode, just because you have this huge area here with relatively flat water, so you can do speed runs, you can do lay down jibes, and everything without chop, so it's just super fun. And now that it's a 3-hour drive for me to come here, I don't come so often, maybe once or twice a year when the wind actually looks decent. Alright guys, I was out on the water for about 1.5 hours now, and I have to say I'm just so in love with this board. Did 37.54 knots on max, so just shy of the 38 I predicted before. Alright guys, I just went maybe 1 hour more windsurfing without the camera, and on the medium board, you can see here, I tested kind of a new fin model, the Anomaly, and as you can see it has quite an interesting shape, and the thought process is that there's a lot of turbulence behind the fin, and if you do this, that maybe you can mitigate this. But yeah, stupid as I am, I just wanted to go out again and let my dad film me a little bit with the cam. So I was in a rush to get the fin out that was really tight in there. So I pushed with this thing on. But obviously with the edge here, it just came through, my finger came up, and yeah, it's a little bit, I have a little bit of a cut here. I think I have to blur it anyway for YouTube. But yeah, I actually went a little bit faster. I went 37.98 knots. Before the session I said I think I will go 38 knots, so pretty close. And yeah, that's kind of what the maximum for me is with the 7.0. But I'm just in love with this board because it's so controllable through the chop. Like every gust, you never have the feeling that you fly off. It still goes very fast. So I'm very happy to have had a good fin session again today, because the last 3 months were only foil, and I know some of you guys don't really like to see the foil so much. Trust me guys, I love the fin as well, but if I go on the fin I want to go in strong wind like today and not in 12 knots, then I choose the foil. Yeah, I have to see if I have to get some stitches or something on there, but that's it for today. I'll try to get my stuff not too bloody, and subscribe to the channel, stay tuned, see you in the next one.